Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today on this episode, we've got boxes. We've got some new boxes from Z-Man. Just placed an order for some new products and some products I need to restock, like, restock items. Could it be a palmetto bugs, a bunch of palmetto bugs to fill those pegs on the wall? Definitely, yes. Those are some of the old products that I definitely need. But there was some new products this year that came out at ICAST that I was really excited about. And most of them I knew about before I got to ICAST, but there was a few things at ICAST that really surprised me because I didn't know about them. And really, those were the new colors in the JACKHAMMER lineup. So we've got some new colors that I want to show you in the JACKHAMMER Chatterbait. I've got 4 new colors here, and I was really excited to see them because I felt like it was about time for some extra, color selection in the JACKHAMMER lineup. I mean, obviously, it's such a killer bait, and so having more color options only, gives you more opportunities at catching more fish. So, in these colors, when I saw them, I was like really impressed. Some of them I was like, this first one I'm going to show you, I was actually really surprised by. I was like, I wonder where I'm going to be able to fit this into my fishing. But I'm glad that they did it because it really opens up some unique opportunities, I think. So let's dive right in. Like I said, we got 4 different colors in the JACKHAMMER lineup that are brand new from last year's ICAST or this year's ICAST. And the first one is actually the one that I was unsure how I wanted to what situations I wanted to throw it in. But that is Morning Dawn. Morning Dawn is not a new color to bass fishing by any means. Morning Dawn has been around for a very, very long time, but it's usually a popular color in straight tail worms for like fishing a drop shot, things like the long shots from Z-Man. Even though they call it something different, Twilight, that's pretty much the Morning Dawn color. A little bit of purple, a little bit of pink in there. And then, Morning Dawn and other straight tail worms, very, very effective on a drop shot. But that's pretty much the only category of bait that I use Morning Dawn color in. And so when I saw the Morning Dawn Chatterbait, which has kind of a brushed matte silver finish on it, on the blade, that I just noticed that. So this is a little bit different. So it doesn't have a shiny blade. It actually has kind of a matte finish to it, but it's like that nickel color. When I saw this, I was like, man, I don't know where I'm going to throw it. But then I started thinking about fisheries that traditionally, pink or like bright reds and stuff like that. I'm not talking about like crawfish bright reds, but like going up to Lake Cumberland. Lake Cumberland, years ago, they had the FLW tour there, and they were catching largemouth and smallmouth on spinnerbaits that had a lot of pink in them. And so I was like, man, that could possibly be a really good option in that type of situation, especially for smallmouth and spots. Smallmouth and spots both love, pink all year round. Largemouth, however, also have like narrow windows of opportunity where they're like really aggressive towards pink colors, like, during the spring when you're throwing a floating worm or something like that, and either methylate or like bubble gum, they're really aggressive towards it. So I think that there's going to be certain times where this color is going to be so different than anything that they've seen and just triggers that switch in their head that gets that real aggressive strike out of them, that I think this is going to be an absolute killer during certain times. Is it going to be a chatterbait color that I throw a lot? No. Is it going to be a chatterbait color that maybe I throw 5% of the time, but that 5%, it's an absolute killer? I think so. That's where I think Morning Dawn fits in. But I'm really excited to experiment with it. If you can't see on the camera, it's got a lot of pink. It's got some purple strands and some like clear-ish strands in there too. Really, really sexy looking color overall. All right, so the next color that I want to talk about is one that I've used for many, many years, and I'm really excited to see it in a chatterbait. It's definitely going to be one of those 90% or 95% chatterbait colors where I'm going to be using it a lot, is California Craw. So California Craw got a lot of black in it, got red flakes in it, got a lot of like green pumpkin or watermelon strands in it. This one has kind of like a matching blade. So it's got green pumpkin, black, and red splatters all over the blade. So really good looking color. And on the head, it's even got a little bit of orange and red. For me, California Craw, even though it's called California Craw, to me, this color is the perfect bluegill imitation, especially in tannic stain lakes. So going down to Florida, going down to like the bayous in Louisiana, you know, the Mississippi Delta, all those places that have dark stained water, even up north, you know, the natural lakes up north, you see a lot of that tannic stain a lot of times. In those type of situations, this is going to be a great color. It's also one of the best warmouth imitation colors out there, or color imitations out there. It's really, really a good warmouth imitation. It's just like perfect, spot on. And so if you have a lot of warmouth, you know the bass are feeding on them, this is going to be a really good one. So anyways, I was really excited to see California Craw. It's one of my absolute favorite colors for moving baits and also soft plastics when I'm trying to imitate bluegill, especially in darker water. The next color that I want to show you guys is one that I was also, I looked at it and instantly I was like, oh my gosh, that looks so good. This one right here is Smallmouth Magic. Okay, Smallmouth Magic got a lot of green pumpkin with blue flake strands in it. It's got some scale pattern strands, you know, that are a little bit more silvery. It's got a green pumpkin and blue splatter blade on there. This is going to be a really good one in a lot of different situations, not just for smallmouth. Obviously, smallmouth do like this color combination. I mean, that's why they, you know, made it the namesake. But largemouth spots, this is going to work really good. And it's also like the perfect color that bridges the gap between shad and bluegill. I love those type of colors, right? So like the deal or green pumpkin shad, those colors are really good because if you're not sure whether the bass are eating bluegill or shad, those colors can do both. They imitate both very, very, very well. And so Smallmouth Magic to me is going to be a really good clear water bluegill imitation or a somewhat stained water shad imitation. I think both of those, it's going to work very well. Even in clear water, it's going to be a good shad imitation too. But this one's going to be a very good one to choose if you don't know what to try to imitate out there, okay? So really excited about this one for a lot of different situations, honestly. And it's going to be like, if you go up north to the Great Lakes and you're fishing shallow with a chatterbait, which I do love to do when I go to like the St. Lawrence River or something like that, this is going to be a really good color that matches the watercolor. You know, that's one thing I like to do with my chatterbaits is really match the different accents that you get in the color combination to the actual watercolor. And up there you get a lot of like that rich, like emerald green and stuff like that in the water. Even though it's like super clear, it still has that kind of emerald green and a little bit of like mossy, you know, algae green in there. This is going to be a good kind of mix with that. All right, the final color I want to show you is one that very easy to describe. It's just black. It's called Blackjack is the name they call it, but it's just essentially black blade, black head, black skirt, just solid black. Now, black is actually kind of a unique color because it obviously is really good at night. So this is going to be a great night color. And it's obviously good in very low visibility conditions and muddy water and things like that because the very, very defined profile it puts off. But black has also become one of my favorite ultra clear water colors, especially when I go up north into fishing natural lakes. For some reason, black, especially throwing jigs and soft plastics, black is actually a really, really good choice. And you wouldn't think that. You'd think black is more, like I said, those low visibility type situations. But black is actually also a very good clear water color as well. But I don't know. I've never used a solid black chatterbait before, so I don't know if it's going to be, good in clear water or not as effective. But we're going to find out. That's one I'm going to really experiment with. But for you guys that like to night fish, this is probably going to be the only chatterbait color you're ever going to need, for night fishing. So really good addition. Overall, just like the Morning Dawn, I'm really excited to experiment with it a little bit and see where it stands. Another thing I'm going to point out is the fact that we're also talking about chatterbaits. So the chatterbait system doesn't just include the chatterbaits. It also includes the different trailers you can put on them. So like all of these different colors and the previous colors available in the JACKHAMMER, you can mix and match with different color trailers. Like it's, in particular, the Morning Dawn one, it's going to be hard to find a Morning Dawn trailer that is the right profile for this. So this is actually going to be a great opportunity for you to kind of mix and match. Like maybe throw like a Fire Tiger trailer on this and fish it in the spring. So you get both that pink and that bright crawfish red to kind of trigger those strikes during that time of year. You're going to have to play around with the colors a little bit until they come out with, some Morning Dawn colors that you can use on that chatterbait. But the great thing is, what I'm trying to say is, the great thing with the chatterbait system is the fact that you can mix and match and make completely different profiles of the bait and also colors of the bait too. One of my favorite examples was I was using a more of a natural crawfish color in a tournament several years ago at Gunnersville. The chatterbait was like a natural crawfish color, but then I used that bright Fire Tiger red trailer on it, and it just was the perfect combination that they were just choking it down. So mix and match them. It's just really exciting to have some new colors because, man, JACKHAMMER works, and we need more colors. Keep coming out with those colors, Z-Man. So anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Let me know which one was your favorite in the comment section below. I want to know which one you like the most. Other than that, go ahead and use the affiliate links in the description below to make any purchases if you're looking to buy any of these colors. One way to support this channel, if you enjoy this content, is to use those links. It really doesn't cost you anything extra, but it does help me and keep me motivated to do more content. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm going to see you out on the water. Make sure you trust the process.